keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.
The radio programs aired by FPA and reflect the viewpoints of individual producers and do not necessarily represent those of the station, its staff, or supporters.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. You're tuned into On Beat with Ohlow, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax here in Fairfax, VA. I'm sitting here with JB and the JB Experience. Is it and the JB Experience, or is it just the JB Experience? Oh, I don't even have your mics on, man. My fault, man. Peace.
Yeah, no problem. It's just the JB Experience.
JB Experience.
Yeah,
peace.
We bring the full experience.
Yeah, I want to thank Willy for that intro, man. That was it right there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I wanted it for real. But today we got a pretty special show, man, because you guys are gonna do a live set for us. Yeah. We're gonna move into Studio B after this, and you guys are gonna do a live set. But I wanted to ask you guys, man. You know, today in 2014, man, you know, hip hop and jazz and rock and everything else has come together. Everything's mashed up, you know what I'm saying? And this is the perfect how do I say, man? You guys are like the perfect blend of fusion, of hip-hop fusion, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You guys came together, like you come from a hip-hop base, you come from a hip-hop base. I don't even know what your bases are, really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, stay up on that mic for me too, man. Yeah, when you guys talk, make sure you stay really close to the mic so it can pick up properly.
Yeah, I'm from the jazz and R&B scene.
So the jazz and R&B scene, but that it essentially became hip hop in the future, right? Yeah. So it was easy for you guys to come together. But tell me how you guys came together.
Well, probably a couple of years ago, I had decided that I wanted to, you know, pursue a live avenue, something somewhat like the Roots do, but you know, I wanted to come with a little more of the jazz and R&B side. So, you know, I started talking with Willy here, man, and we just pieced this project together. And I reached out to, you know, as many of my musician friends as I could to kind of support it. And the love was tremendous. So, you know, now we're probably, you know, 11 deep, maybe 12 deep with musicians that just kind of cycle through our shows. And,
so you got like an orchestra going, man.
I'm looking to build one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's
We actually
up.
had an electric violin player, a friend of mine, with us 2 nights ago. That was real, you know, that was real live, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, man. So let me just do this, man. Let me just run down and get everybody's name and what instrument you play, man. Peace. What's going on?
Hi there, I'm Malcolm Sharp. I play the bass guitar.
Word, bass guitar, man. That's where it's at, man. I used to like to play bass as well, man. I used to pick a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But what I would do, because I'm a hip hop head, I would pick the bass, I would take the sounds and I would clean them up or dirty them up and use them. I'd run it through a MPC and use them as my bass line for my beats. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think I've ever used any kind of special equipment when I played.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're a true musician, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the heartless guy, the soulless guy that uses the digital equipment. You know what I mean? But you got true soul, man, because you're giving your God-given talent back to the people through what you play. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I started out with an upright bass and a bow.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't pick up the electric until maybe about 3 years into playing bass.
You said an upright bass and a bow. For kids that don't know what an upright bass is, man, break that down, because a lot of kids don't know, man.
The upright bass, or contrabass, is the really, really big instrument that's in orchestra. If you've never seen,
or a 3-piece jazz band.
Yeah, just like that. That's the instrument that guy's playing.
Yeah. It's the doom 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 the doom doom the doom. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I started playing
bass, man.
classical music.
Oh, okay. When you were younger. So how'd you transition into playing? I mean, so do you? I know. Let me ask. This is a question for everybody. Are you guys considered a hip hop band, or what are you guys considered?
We actually we haven't developed the name for it yet, because we do a little bit of everything. We've covered, you know, as much as some straight ahead jazz, bringing horn players, you know, saxophone, trumpet. We've done the hip hop scene. You know, we kind of did a little hip hop piece. We'll be doing a little hip hop piece for you today, but we also do, you know, country, little classic rock. You know, I'm heavy into
whatever
the
gets that bread, huh?
That, but it's really not about the money. It's about the music. I mean, I come from, you know, raw music myself, kind of like Malcolm. I wanted to mention too, he's kind of being modest, but Malcolm was #1 in the state when he graduated high school, and #4 in the country on bass. Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
#4 in the country, man. So we blessed to have a young man that's that talented.
Man. Well, it was just middle school and it was a competition.
Still, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than a lot of other people, man. You know what I mean? People die never getting any type of recognition for what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope, man.
Well, I've been playing piano, you know, since I was little, and you know, I pursued the dream of being a composer. I wanted to be, you know, a modern day Beethoven, but I grew up in the hip hop era. I remember, you know, Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel. You know, I came up in the roots of R&B and
the golden era,
hip hop and go-go golden era. And so, you know, I came with all the synthesonic equipment. I had the Cubase program with the old Atari computer. You know, it was just really, you know, there was no home studios, you know, not like on every block like it is now. And, you know, I was kind of at the base of that whole sampling era. And, you know, I started falling in love with the music again, you know, and I started picking my piano back up. And that's kind of where this band comes in, is that we're able to kind of get the people what they want with the go-go and the R&B flavor. But I like to present real music, so we bring in, you know, strong musicians to kind of convey
That's what's
that
up.
thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna actually take a quick break, and I'm gonna come back. I want to ask you about go-go. I want to talk a little bit about, you know, because go-go is for us in this area, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When people listen to this show, they might not know what go-go is if you're from outside of DC metropolitan area.
True.
But I want to talk to you about that, and I want to talk to you about gigging at go-go venues. You know what I'm saying? This is On Beat with Ohlow. We'll be right back. Peace.
Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Radio Fairfax, Fairfax County's public access and internet radio station.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. I'm sitting here with the JB Experience. And before the break, man, actually, Betta just stepped in the studio. Peace.
Peace.
What's going on, fam? It was actually Betta that hooked us up, that made all this happen, man. But before the break, I just wanted to ask about, we were getting into go-go, and we were talking about how go-go music is really from this area. And I wanted to ask about when you guys go gigging, you know what I'm saying, in this area especially, the people, let me swing it this way. My fault, man. What was your name again? Warren, peace. Hey, let me just ask, this is for everybody. I'm going to start with you, though, and I'm going to go back this way. When you guys gig, the people always ask for go-go music. Always.
It depends on the venue. I mean, a lot of times, you know, the areas you play in, they used to go-go around the area.
Yeah, right? I mean, me as a DJ, man, I couldn't get away from playing go-go in this area.
Not in this
Never.
area. Not
Yeah.
in this area.
I mean, I would always sign contracts with people and say, listen, you know, I'm not going to play any go-go. I might play like a few, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is when you play a few, then everybody wants everything. You know what I mean? You can't get away from it, man.
Stop.
I try to play the classics, but then, you know, it gets out of hand, and then it becomes a go-go. It's not even a party anymore. It becomes a go-go. And then the only way I can balance it out sometimes DJing is playing, you know, playing like the other stuff that's on the radio, top 40 stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's hard to play real music at parties, and that's why I was asking you guys, because you guys play real music.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, the people ask for the garbage. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's you know, I think it's a learning process for everybody, though, you know, the band included. You know, we're going out here on the scene with a new idea and some fresh flavor and a lot of passion. And we just hope that people can feel that when we're on stage.
Word.
And at this point, you know, we've had definitely a great response from the audience, but I believe it's a learning curve involved. They have to get used to, you know, someone bringing live music. That's your kind of more mature vibe where you can sit down and talk, you know, have dinner and still enjoy the music, come up and dance with us, you know, and then go back out, you know.
That's what's up. I want to ask Willy, how did you get involved with this, man? Because you're...
Oh, that's my ace in the hole, man.
Oh, word?
That's it, all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like he said earlier, we was talking about this.
Hey, just step on that mic for me, man.
We've been talking about this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to put together a live band. And, like, me personally, I listen to all kinds of music. Like you said earlier, we grew up in the hip-hop era. But, I mean, my father 82 years old. My mother 75 years old. You know, I grew up listening to jazz, blues. I'm talking about old gut bucket blues, making, you know, want to throw up on yourself.
And the radio
you know
stations used to play everything.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's how we came up. Betta, same way. He grew up with his grandparents. His father's a musician. You know, we all been cool since diapers, man. So as far as...
So it was no question when he called you.
Oh, no, definitely not.
All day.
Definitely no.
And I don't even remember being a call. We were kind of sitting together in the studio about to write a new track, right? And he just started singing, and I'm like, man, he's just so super talented, you know, as an artist, vocalist, you know, hip hop artist, Yeah, he played the harmonica. I put him up against anybody on the congos. I'm telling you now.
Don't
go-go,
don't do it.
Don't sleep
Don't
on
do
it. I'll put him up against anybody.
The thing about it is this though, like, because we grew up not really having much.
Yeah.
I didn't touch a set of congos till I was like 16 years old. So, but what I would do when I was
but that was the golden era for go-go.
Oh
when
yeah,
you were
definitely.
16.
I mean, Lil Mickey,
that was what, 90?
And I used to play their tapes, but I take a jelly jar,
Yeah.
a peanut butter jar, 2 paint cans with different levels of paint. And that's how I learned how to play the congo. So when I touched the set, I was already good. I was teardropping on paint cans.
That's what's up.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's real.
Like, but the thing is, it's the thing about
hold on.
Yeah,
You said he was teardropping on paint cans.
Yeah.
You get that, son?
And mailboxes out in the country. And mailboxes out in the country, for real. But the thing is, the beautiful thing about this project, what we're doing is, we can say we're a hip hop band. We can say we're a classic rock band. We can say we're a jazz band, because for real, we love music and we ain't scared.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not afraid to get on stage and fail ever.
The reason I was asking is because today, especially if you wanna make it in the music industry and sell, you have to box yourself into a genre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But you can't box that which cannot be boxed.
No, I feel you on that. I mean, that's
our angle.
That's that. I
If
get
they
that.
come
That's
that way, we throw that way.
No, I feel you, man. But like let's just say, I don't know if you guys have any music on iTunes, but if you go to iTunes, right? If you put your music on iTunes, they ask what genre. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just be like, we do everything. You have to put a genre in. And in order, let's just say you wanted to get signed to a label, or you wanted to get signed to, you want to get distribution deal, whatever. They want to know which box you check, what you fit into. You know what I'm saying? So how do you guys bring it together if in that situation?
I think you let the people judge that though, right?
You definitely do, but in the end, from a business standpoint, you would have to consider us, a pop band.
Oh, a pop band, okay.
Because everybody in the world is going to love us. See, Michael Jackson had people in China, he had people in America, he had people in Canada, all over the world loving him, everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So by us giving different flavors, we have a lot more room and a lot more on our palette to be able to color our albums. So when we drop our album next year, we'll be able to actually cover a bigger landscape where maybe we can introduce, some country fans to maybe some jazz, and some jazz fans to some hip hop, some hip hop fans to some, to some R&B and some soul, maybe grow the next generation.
Let's do this, man. I know everybody wants to hear the music now, man. So let's move into Studio A.
Yeah.
And you guys are already set up. All we gotta do is go in there and just bang it out real quick. Let us know what you're about to play for us.
This is an original. One of the things that I've been doing over the years in the studio with some of the albums, we can talk about that when we come back, but it's off the cuff. And what we like to do is we just go and we jam together. We have a rapport and a relationship, so I can sort of call out a key, or maybe he can pluck out a bass line, or he'll start a verse, and everybody just falls in. So you'll see us at work here.
Straight freestyle.
In a minute, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, sure,
this is on Beat with Ohlow.
Organized freestyle.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I wanted to cover one last thing about the genre thing. If someone comes to see us, they're not gonna. You can't necessarily say they're a cover band, because like we're just not covering material. What we do is it's authentic. Like, we really enjoy the music that we cover. You know what I'm saying? So we have.
So you won't play something just because somebody wants to hear it.
Oh no, indeed.
You guys choose.
We're gonna play what we want to play.
And we hip hop. We hip hop is at heart. So generally, everything that we pick is songs that I would normally sample in the studio anyway.
Oh, okay,
so, you know what I mean? When we do cover tunes, we grab B-side tracks, and we try to bring an original flavor to the cover scene.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the experience is mutual, both our experience and the audience's experience.
Yeah, exactly. And when you say pop, you don't, because a lot of people put pop and mainstream together.
Yeah.
And you're not saying mainstream, you're just saying popular music.
Yeah, popular music.
Yeah,
original term.
Yeah. That's why you said Michael Jackson, not Britney Spears.
Right. Exactly.
And popular music was
likewise,
and popular music was once just Mozart.
Oh, I know.
It changed with time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Populous or popular population.
Yeah. Exactly. Too bad our population is the 85 right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
That's where it's at right
very
now.
True. That's very true.
But let's move to the other studio. And again, what was this? There's no name to this track.
No name. We actually just made it in the studio while we were plugging up our
sessions.
instruments.
All right, cool. That's what's up, man. All right, we'll be right back. Peace.
Peace.
We are Radio Fairfax, Fairfax County's public access and internet radio station.
You see, breath is so precious, yes, so taken for granted that at times we don't count our blessing. That's why death is the realest lesson you ever know. You don't believe me? See a mother who collapsed on the floor, cause you'll never see a child no more. Another victim of society, small pawn in this drug war. These times ain't easy and I ain't saying it's right, but it's hard to be a man without a chance in life. When you living to survive, I mean you born to fight. Stuck in this dark world trying to find the light, but doing the wrong thing, trying to get to the right. But when doing the wrong thing, it's hard to get to the right. I would do anything for my seeds and wife, to have some good meals, clothes, and some sleep at night. And those brothers be my fam on my left and my right. We stick together through it all, soul babies for life. We find ourselves living with the same pain. We divide ourselves out here in this dirty game. But when will we learn that change comes from within? Many souls shall burn from these wages of sin. Some lie, steal, and cheat to make ends meet in the street. We compete with the beast of the sea, go to war with the hopes of peace. We from the bottom of the barrel, and we ain't got nothing to eat. So we turn nothing to something, whipping and dumping, dipping and dodging, spit fire, killing and robbing. Blood spilling from the nearly dearly departed, who played the script cause he was starving, never knew he was a target. And the youngest where we come from, gotta get it regardless. Used to be who keep it real, but now it's about who go the hardest. These lessons of death, songs of sorrow, sacrificing ourselves for the hopes of tomorrow. Planning for the future, but it's hard to see tomorrow when it's knocks on the underworld and no tomorrows. Blood-soaked garments and candlelight visuals, gotta rise above all the misery we living through. We find ourselves living with the same pain. We divide ourselves out here in this dirty game. But when will we learn that change comes from within? Many souls shall burn from these wages of sin. Find ourselves living with the same pain. We divide ourselves out here in this dirty game. But when will we learn that change comes from within? Many souls shall burn from these wages of sin. Put it on the foot. We find ourselves living with the same pain. We divide ourselves out here in this dirty game. But when will we learn that change comes from within? Many souls will burn from these wages of sin.
Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.
Peace, peace. This is djOHLOW. You're tuning into On Beat with Ohlow. I'm sitting here with the JB experience. You guys just saw a live. It was just a session, right? You
Yeah.
said this is something you guys came up with right before you guys got up here, really. You just talked about it and said this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
basically
that's what's up.
called out a key, and Malcolm and Anders actually had to step away for a second, but our guitar player, they kind of came up with a little riff, and Willy and I and Warren just kind of.
I think he just dipped. He just came in here, he played his joint, and just rolled out.
Yeah, all business, man.
That's
Anders is
what's up,
all
man.
business.
Anders is Kaiser
That guy's
Soze.
awesome.
Yeah, he said it's Kaiser Soze, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So again, tell us about this track, man. Like, I know we were talking about the genre thing, you know what I'm saying? And to me, this sounded hip hop, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause we had Willy, he was spitting the verse, and it just, you know, like even when Warren was playing the drums, it wasn't like you weren't playing like, you know, like jazzy, you know what I'm saying? Like you were really like trying to bob our heads and crack our spines, man. You know what I'm saying?
Put down a good pocket beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, you know, how did that come together, man? You know what I'm saying? Like how did you guys?
Well, there is a science to the madness. I mean, I don't want people to think that you know, you go into your closest guitar center and just grab an instrument, and all of a sudden you can do what we just did. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. There was
you
something
probably got
premeditated in there.
But you probably have, you know, maybe 60 years of combined experience in the room too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been playing my instrument for the better part of 30 years.
Yeah, I've
so,
been playing for about 35 years in drums.
Oh, okay.
So
I've only been playing for 16.
So we
That's
speak
still a long time, man.
but we speak the language together. So therefore, when we lay down something simple, you know, if I give you, you know, I was beatboxing in the street, but you know, I give you a simple beat.
We just take
You
off
see what I mean? And the song just kind of comes together right there.
That was the whole scene.
And when you have a lyricist as strong as Willy is, he could just fall right in line with it. And that's the unique thing with what we do. There's nothing really, there's nothing to define us. I mean, I got a track that we do that's bossa nova. I'm using a straight bossa nova jazz beat, and Willy is rapping on that thing.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
And I got a female vocalist that's laying a nice
girl from
jazzy
Ipanema?
vocaloid. Yeah, exactly. A nice
That's what's up,
samba bossa nova kind of you know, feel to that thing. But you know, we do all of those sorts of things, and I kind of meld it all together. And you know, to kind of tie it into what we were discussing earlier, you know, I had an aspiration to be a modern day Beethoven. I wanted to combine my studio skills and everything that I learned with using MPCs, with using Cubase, with using Pro Tools, and kind of combine that with the real world of music and bring in violinists, bring in saxophonists, trombone players, drummers, vocalists, and kind of meld all that together and create this kind of you know, a mashup, so to speak, of those things. But it has to be funky. It has to be
End
funky.
of the day, it's got to be funky.
It's gotta be funky. And so
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
that's where we're at. And we're a project in process, but you know, we've been making, you know, leaps and bounds. Our Facebook page has been jumping, and you know, people have been really coming out and responding well. So
I'm gonna ask you about your Facebook and all that stuff too. But before we do that, I got one last question for you. What are you guys doing to promote yourself and get yourself out? Because like you're saying, you do bossa nova. You know, you could do a go-go track, you could do a hip-hop track, you could do a rock track. When you guys were actually, when you guys were warming up before, you were practicing a Bob James track, right? You know what I'm saying? So you guys could do it all, man. So how do you put yourself in front of that market? And this is for anybody, whoever wants to jump in. How do you put yourself in front of that, you know, demographic?
At the end of the day, like, the more you start, this is just my philosophy in life. The more you start to divide things up, the more it loses its value. We just, at the end of the day, we can sit here and talk all day long about our personal opinions, but the bottom line is we just go in there and do what feels right. Music is a feeling more so than anything. You know, it's, you know when a note is wrong. You feel it. It makes your soul cringe. You know what I'm saying? And you know when it's right. You know when that drummer is locked in.
even if you don't like the song, you can pick up on those.
You can pick up on those
little
things.
nuances.
And the crowd, they feel that also because it's a feeling.
And we have a
Yeah.
willingness to go out and fight. So I know that the reality is you know, if we get into a you know, R&B venue and we're doing, say, you know, some Norah Jones, which we you know, we do quite a bit. We cover quite a bit of Norah Jones. You know, it might not smooth over well at first, but once they actually listen to it, you know, I think they'll come back and like it. So we're willing to just go out and fight the good fight, you know.
That's what's up.
So far, so good, and we're gonna keep going through the struggle, you know, until we get there.
All right, I just want to bounce off this question because I don't feel like it was answered really, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys worked around it, man. What I was trying to get at is, do you guys have a manager?
No.
Do you guys have a booking agent? Like, how does that work?
I've been handling all the business so far.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
You know,
So it's all in-house.
Yeah.
Everything is independent.
And we're doing, everything is guerrilla marketing. We're building our own, you know, our own internal funding. You know, we've been kind of pitching in our own, you know, cash and everything. And we just doing whatever it takes to make it happen. For a band, that's a lot more,
man, because you got more people that you have to feed, and you have more people you got to tend to. Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot to deal with. But, yeah, I've been doing this thing, you know, semi-professional for about 15 years at least, you know, the management side of things. I have my own label at one point.
So you do have your own label. See, that's what I was trying to get at. So there is some kind of platform. There's an umbrella because you have the label.
Well, the knowledge is there. I actually dissolved that label. We started a label.
Okay.
I started a hip-hop label actually in 2005, Hayti Empire Records. And, we dropped 2 albums. And basically, my partner, Richard Thompson, he was killed tragically in 2005.
Oh man!
And that kind of set me back for a while. I sort of stepped away actually from the music. I had lost kind of my passion there because he was my partner, my support system. We fought the good fight. We were very, very close to doing some major moves in our area, as far as the hip hop scene. And when that happened, it just kind of threw me for a loop. And music is a thing that you feel, first and foremost. So, once I kind of lost that energy, I sort of stepped back and I got married and I had a couple kids. I got 2 little kids right now, 2.5 and 5-year-old, and I got a 16-year-old daughter as well. But
16 and then 2 and 5, man, that's a huge gap, man.
I reset,
Snuck
man.
that
I
one
started
in,
all
man.
over,
Yeah, that's what's up.
But so I went to the family thing, but really, as I was looking at, walking away, what it did was it reinvigorated me.
Yeah.
Because then I could look in my kids' eyes and become re-inspired, get my dream built back up. And then with partners like this on my side, man, there's no way I can lose. So I'm bringing all of that wealth of experience and knowledge to this project, and I'm hoping that it can give us the proper platform to push forward strong.
That's what's up, man. So there you go. That was the answer I was looking for, man. You know what I'm saying? So you do. I mean, it's not just like you guys are out there just trying to pick things up. There's definitely a science behind the madness, like you said. You know what I'm saying? You have it organized. So the label. So you said you deconstructed the label, but is there a new label in its place now?
We are actually in works right now for putting our own label together, and we're hoping to drop an album under the JB Experience name next year, early next year,
cool.
January, February release time. And I also teach and I work for a nonprofit.
Oh yeah, tell us about that, man.
Allegro Community Music School in Warrenton is a nonprofit music school where the goal is to teach young children about various instruments. We teach percussion, guitar, piano, violin, voice. We just had a Broadway camp over the summer, and basically our goal is to put kids in front of the mic, give them an opportunity to learn their craft and go out and do it in front of the public. So,
that's what it's really about, man, because they're the ones, like, me and Betta talk about this too, how these kids that you're teaching right now are essentially going to be the ones that take care of you when you get too old to take care of yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're teaching them right now, at least you know that, some of these knuckleheads won't be knuckleheads in a few years because you're showing them the right path.
And my goal there is to essentially give children a realistic opportunity in music. Because one of the things when I was growing up, all in the 80s and the early 90s, the DC region was very undeveloped. It's still undeveloped, but right now it's much better off than it was back then. You had a few labels maybe pass through, and A&R too. But it was very difficult.
They're all baby labels though.
Yeah,
it
was very difficult to pave your way in this region. So it's all about kind of showing the kids that there are other paths in music, that you can be a teacher. That's actually a very successful path in music, that you can work in the business side of music. You become a CEO of your own label. You could start a publishing company. There's other avenues. And I'm holding a seminar actually at the Fairfax County Public Library next month on songwriting and business, the music business. So I'm going to be bringing that in a more public forum, in a seminar fashion, giving you some tools to
That's what's up, man.
Kind of pay the bills.
And if people wanted to find that and any other information about the band and whatever you guys have going on, where can they find that?
The best place to find it would be on Facebook at j.b.experience. Believe it or not, there's a lot of other JB experiences out there.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know until
we
came up with the name, but J.
I guess going off of
experience.
James Brown, you know what I'm saying? People going off James Brown.
That's pretty much the way it goes. Yeah. But I'm Jason Bell, and this is the JB experience that way, though.
Word. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
And then just real quick, man, if I can just get everyone, just say your name one more time. We'll start to the right over here with Warren. Just say your name one more time, and if people wanted to find you online, if you have a Twitter or Facebook or whatever, any information where people can find you directly.
Warren Reed, Facebook. Find me on Facebook.
At Warren Reed?
Yes.
All right, there you go. That's what it is, man. And do you offer like drum lessons or anything like that?
Not really, man. I have a moving company, so
I'm
kind of busy a lot, man. I throw my music in there where I can.
People are looking for movers, man. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I'm kind of all over the place, man. I do a little bit of this and that. I'm a sound man as well.
Oh, okay.
So like I say, I'm all over the place.
Well, there you go, man. You just
be doing a lot of things.
So if people need any of that stuff, they can find you on Facebook.
Jack of all trades.
There you go, man. Respect. Willy. I can't call you. I can't do that anymore.
I don't care. You know, it don't really matter.
I want you to come back.
Yeah.
I need you to come back another time so we could talk about that whole thing too. You know what I'm saying? I want to break that down.
Game to do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. But if people wanted to find you online today, man, how can they get in contact with you?
I guess you go to Facebook, William Anthony Brewer. You'll see me sitting there looking all debonair, not rough today, not like I look rough today. You know. Nah, but William Anthony Brewer on Facebook. Also, if you want to hear any of the hip hop stuff that I've done, I made a YouTube channel some time back. I have 43 songs up. A couple of them featuring my man Betta right here. We're actually still in the long process of doing an album called The Land of the Unseen Hand.
Oh, okay.
And it's I guess we're about 4 tracks in.
Produced by you, actually, right?
No, not produced by me. It's mostly produced by Wonder Kid.
Oh, okay,
Wonder
okay.
Kid, big ups Corey Mana. Find him on Facebook too if you're looking for production.
That's what's up.
Bell for production. I'll plug my man Fifth in there. You know, plug him in there for production.
Word.
I know a lot of producers and things like that, but also to stay on topic about the JB experience. As far as like contact information is like on the business end, the phone number is 540.
Well, no, hold on. Don't worry about the phone number because phone numbers change. You know, someone might.
This one ain't gonna change.
Yeah, but what about 5 years from now?
It's not gonna change. 540-251-7203. That is the business line for the JB experience.
Oh, for the JB experience.
Yes,
all right,
for the JB
okay.
experience. That is the business line for the JB experience, and it will get you direct contact to the man himself.
Word.
And that's how we handle things.
That's what's up.
You know, and if it do change, then we'll put that change out there somewhere else. You know.
Yeah. I feel you.
So you know, but yeah. And thanks, big ups, Ohlow, for
No, thank you for coming out. Respect, man. I appreciate everyone coming out, man.
Hey, it was one big thing I left out, man, and I wanted to emphasize too. The experience part of the name is that when we bring our show, you know, when we come to a bar, for example, you know, we'll keep it smooth, keep it small. You know, we might bring 4 pieces, 5 pieces, but like the other day, I was explaining to you, we had an electric violinist in there. We try to bring something special to create a real experience, to create an entertainment experience. So we kind of dug back into the history of music and tried to bring forward some of the older styles of performance. So, you know, we bring out sometimes ballet dances, we bring out tap dances, jazz. You know, I'm actually looking for a troupe of Indian dancers right now because I have a show I did.
Indian from out. India?
No, American Indian.
Oh, Native American
dances.
Okay,
yeah, man, I have a real, you know, theme that I want to put out there. So each show that we do, we try to come with a fresh theme. We come with new music. We dress differently. We come with a new style, and we definitely bring the party. So you know, that's the full experience: lighting effects, fog machine, dances, and definitely raw tracks.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give the last word to my man, the bassist. My fault. I missed your name again, man.
It's Malcolm Sharp.
Malcolm, yeah, my bad. I know that too. I don't know why it slips my mind.
Okay,
man.
no worries.
For some reason, I want to call you. I want to call you Scotty. I don't know why, man.
Dr. Cornell West, man. The man over there.
But Malcolm, yeah, if people wanted to find you online, man, how can they find you online? Do you have a Facebook or a Twitter or something?
Oh yeah, I have one of those Facebook things. It's Malcolm B Sharp.
Okay. And
if you really care to find me.
Do you offer any type of you know, classes or for the kids or anything like that?
No, I just work at VC libraries. I'm a library assistant.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, he travels, man.
Yeah, I have to come all the way from Richmond every week.
Yeah. Oh, from Richmond?
Yeah,
all the way up to Northern Virginia, huh?
Yeah, it's my hometown, but
every week.
I like
that's a big trip, man.
Much appreciated.
It's all for the music.
Yeah, man, I feel you.
Malcolm got the only radio voice, son. Oh, you might have to watch out for your job, son.
Oh yeah.
Malcolm might be gunning for you, son. Don't let him keep talking. Go ahead, say something, Malcolm. Say something deep.
You have just listened to the JB Experience.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
enjoy.
that's it.
That was broadcasting, man.
Hey, I'm gonna need a copy of that.
That's what's up, man. Unfortunately, our time is up, man. I got to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for coming out again. I want to thank you guys for playing that loud set
Thanks
for
for
us.
having us.
Yeah, no doubt. We need to definitely do this again, man.
Definitely.
And this is it, man. This is our time. This is on Beat with Ohlow, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Keeping the First Amendment alive. We are Fairfax County's cable access and internet radio station.